Hey, my name is Brian, and I live in a village in the Tanguli region of the planet Dexter. I live with my mom and my best friend Amelia, who is the robot of the house. We are very lucky to have a robot because nowadays they are really expensive, but before my dad died, he built Amelia. My dad died when the Shining Bandits came and pillaged our town, when I was only 1.5 years old. He was killed by the notorious Sunshine Jones, who is their boss, so now it's just me and my mom and Amelia. Amelia, Brian shouts desperately. Where are you?
But she doesn't answer. Brian looks everywhere, under the stairs, in all the bedrooms, even in the attic. Finally, he looks in the kitchen, where she's standing. What are you doing? Brian says. I am searching for the wide web to find a delectable and most appealing birthday cake for your 15th birthday. Oh, how delicious. I can't wait to taste it. But I can't create the cake because we don't have all the ingredients, and your mom's at work at the STS spaceship design station, so she can't get the ingredients. Oh, what do we need? Brian asks.
We are only in need of tortellini flowers, but if my information is correct, they are located at the cliff. Okay, I'll be on the way then. After Brian gets through the woods, he can finally see the flower. It is right at the edge of the cliff. He slowly walks closer, but when he stands right at the edge of the cliff, somebody pushes him. He has no time to react or see who is before he starts falling to his death. The cliff is about 150 meters tall. There's no chance of survival. Brian just closes his eyes and waits for the even inevitable to happen. But why does it take so long? The wind from falling stops abruptly. Brian slowly opens his eyes, and to his surprise, he's floating inches off the floor. As soon as his eyes are fully open, he falls down. Holy shit! He almost yells.
What in the world just happened? A faint purple light is coming out of his fingers. After inspecting his fingers, he runs as fast as he can back home, watching his back to make sure no one follows him. When he gets home, he's so out of breath that he can't walk, that he can't talk. When he finally regains his breath, he tells Amelia everything that happened. After Brian finishes, Amelia asks, so I can assume you didn't get the flowers for the cake? No, Brian says sadly. That's okay, because I actually found some in the cabinet over the dragon claw. Oh, strange. I was sure we didn't have any more, but maybe I overlooked it. The next day comes and it's Brian's birthday. His mom is home and setting up the decorations while Amalia is making adjustments to the cake. Brian is in the backyard trying to improve his dribbling with his tangule ball.
Suddenly, his hands begin glowing a bright purple again. The ball begins to float, a warmth flowing through his hands, his whole body. When he moves to take a look at the glow, the ball starts moving. He can feel all his five senses merging into one. He can taste spark on the trees, hear the ground rumbling, and see the colors of the wind. Out of nowhere, he hears a big kapow, and the ball drops. The glow stops. Amelia runs out the back door and shouts, Run! The town has been invaded by the Shining Bandits once again. He almost sounds human. She almost sounds human. Brian's heart starts racing. Suddenly, in his
Chest. No, thudding.
thudding in his chest, the Shining Bandits, the one who killed his father, the ones who ruined his village before, and now they're back.
Mom, he yells, running towards the house. Amalia's right behind him, her feet of synthetic parts barely making any sound as they touch the dirt. His mother burst out the front door, eyes wild with terror. Brian, we have to go. A thunderous explosion shakes the ground, a shockwave sending them sprawling. The air reeks of burning metal. Brian struggles to his feet and sees them, gleaming silver bodies with plasma rifles, marching right through the village at their heads. At their heads, a towering figure clad in shimmering golden armor, Sunshine Jones. Find the boy, Jones orders, her voice dribbling with malice. He's the last loose end. Brian's breath catches. She's looking for me. Amalia yanks his wrist. We must leave now. But no time for debate. She pulls him toward the back of the house just as a barrage of plasma fire erupts behind them. His mother is already at the emergency transport, a rusty hover bike frantically trying to start it.
Come on, she mutters. Mom, what does she mean, loose end? His mother looks at him in a flicker of hesitation crossing her face. Then she mutters a soft swear word. Brian, listen to me. Your father, he wasn't just a mechanic. He was a scientist. He was working on something powerful, and he put it in you. What? Another explosion. The ground shakes. Amelia steps between them and the smoke-filled streets. Time to run out. Get on the bike. Brian hesitates. His shaking hands begin to glow once more, pulsing with energy. What is this? His mother grabs his face. You're special, Brian. Your father designed you to be the next step. A metallic voice crackles from the street. They're here.
Go! His mother slams a switch and the hoverbike roars to life. Brian scrambles onto it behind her as Amalia leaps onto the back, her metal fingers clamping down hard. The bike lurches forward just as plasma blast incinerates the house. Brian looks back, his vision blurring with tears. Where do we go now? He asks. Amalia's voice is steady, to find the truth and to stop the shining bandits' wonders on the wall. The hoverbike shoots into the darkness, leaving behind the burning ruins of everything Brian has ever known.